सर्टिफिकेशन। वो लॉन्डी ने, कल की आईवी लॉन्डी ने।
मत बोलना अब स्टार्ट होती है।
राइट।
आ गया स्ट्रीम पे।
ये कह रहा भाई, कोई कोई नहीं यार, कोई नहीं तो
Alright,
थोड़ी होता
we are live.
है। You never mention the name. Tony
Holy
Stark
moly.
did it in the cave. Tony Stark did it in a cave. And we are not able to. Okay, what are we gonna do today? Where were we?
We are gonna complete. Let me move my stuff. I don't know, bro. I think
Okay, and how long are we gonna do today?
till 3.
Dude, no. I'm not gonna do till 3. We'll do till 2 only. I've been studying OpenUSD from today morning.
I see.
Yeah, we'll do till 2.
All right. We can do a shorter one. So let's do
Yeah.
one thing. Do you want to do quiz today?
Yes, definitely we can do a quiz.
We can continue this quiz then.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty the Bear. And meanwhile, we are doing this quiz, I can ask it to create that quiz as well. Oh, Patty the Batty. Oh, Patty the Batty. Where is it, bro? Yeah. तुझे में वो बात नहीं है, तुझे में वो खास नहीं है. Through July 12, you can use 50% of your weekly usage limit on Fable 5. If you hit your limit, you can continue on Fable 5 with usage credits. That's what I
Damn.
done.
No
Fable.
way of money. What happened?
No, I'm just. Wait.
Oh, so on the $20 plans, you won't get any other model except Sonnet 5. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. That's fine. More than enough for me. Which model are you using?
I think I'm gonna use Fable.
Don't use Fable.
Why?
You will hit your limit and you won't be able to do shit.
But I think it will give us good questions.
It will give you good questions. Then but then don't give it like a crazy prompt. Ask it to use cheaper agents for like lame task or something like that. Like if you give it clear agents, that is the problem, and then it's gonna burn out with like literally in less than 10 minutes, you will hit your limits. I'm
Hmm.
saying ask it to use cheaper agents for redundant tasks.
Mhm. Okay, I'll use Opus 4.8.
Yeah, use Opus 4.8. And then maybe for like going through the quest that is generated, you can use Fable.
Each topic quiz. All right, I've asked it to create those.
Mhm.
We can start the quiz over here. What do you want to complete? One second. So we were
We were doing
originally.
rendering. We were doing rendering last time.
I know, I know. I'm saying we were originally doing the tutorials. Simple shading. Yeah, I think we did this tutorial last time.
Mm-hmm.
We added this, right? And then
Yeah.
we were at, and yeah, this was the next tutorial, end to end. But I think this is for like a digital content creation.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, let's go through all of these quickly. I think this is the main important one, generating new schema classes. That is the tutorial that you need to do because that is in both data modeling and data uh, pipe, like data exchange. All right, this tutorial aims to show USD in an extremely simplified pipeline. The files for this tutorial live in USD. Okay. And where is the USD? Yeah, this is the Pixar OpenUSD end to end. Mhm. So USD in an extremely simplified pipeline. The files for the this tutorial live in USD extras, USD tutorial end to end. Overview to the files. Assets. This folder contains some files that are used in the tutorial, or it also contains some of the geometry in case you do not want to author them yourself. Scripts. Some generic scripts we use in the tutorial. We've tried to document them. Feel free to poke around or run them with H. Tutorial scripts. Scripts specifically geared towards this tutorial. They may have hard-coded paths that are intended to be run from the tutorial route. We've also documented those, but they are intended to be used primarily for this tutorial. Okay, how to generate USD files from Maya. How to introspect USD files. How to manipulate USD files with code. So we'll first run the script that bootstraps an asset for us. The following will create an empty asset named ball inside the directory models ball. Yeah, we already know how to do this. Go ahead and look at the file created. So it will create a file. We're going to need a table for this example. So go ahead and run. So we have run a table. Putting models in their own directory is a more convenient for managing versions, etc. But how you lay out files at your site will likely differ. This particular structure in an example and is not required to get USD to work. The Maya plugin previously distributed with USD has been incorporated into the Autodesk Maya repository, Maya USD repository. This portion of the tutorial remains for historical reference. Hmm. So this is meant to be in Maya.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, we can skip this.
Yeah, you can skip it. Like,
Houdini USD example workflow, an example of Houdini in a USD centric pipeline. Yeah, we can skip this as well. All right, generating a new schema. Configure environment. There are a couple of prerequisites to dealing with schema generation in USD. USD Gen Schema, tool for generating C++ classes from schema.usda. File requires Jinja 2 template substitution model and ArcPath module and to be installed and available in your Python syspath. If these dependencies are not available when USD is built slash installed, USD Gen Schema will not be installed. Ensure you have set up your Python environment properly so it can find USD Python modules. We will refer to install location of your USD build with USD install root. This is determined within the build with the CMake flag, the CMake install prefix. Okay. We already know this. What is a schema class? Okay, types of schema class, non-applied, applied, schema generation prerequisites. I think we have already done this as well. Typed schema, non-concrete is a schema, example concrete is a schema, applied API schema. Let's see how far is that gone. Okay. The following is a simple example of an API schema that provides the API for manipulating three custom double value attributes. Note also that the API schemas are distinguished from typed schemas in the that they must derive from. Yeah, we have already done this. Using the schema classes because the schema is an external working USD build must be told where to find it before it can be used. This can be done by either setting the Pixar plugin path name, environment variable to location on the plugin's resources directory. For example, if you are building the USD schema example out of the USD source tree, the location. Alright, creating a USD view plugin.
Setting up the plugin container.
Hmm.
Is our quiz ready?
Quiz is ready, but that those quizzes are not ready. But we have already one quiz that we need to complete over
Oh, yeah,
here.
dude, let's focus on the quiz then. Let's focus on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
quiz.
Just this is the last tutorial. This is the last
Okay.
tutorial. We'll just read this and see if there is
Okay.
anything worth noting, and if not,
Yeah.
we can just skip it.
Mm-hmm.
So setting up the plugin. Okay, in this tutorial, we'll create a new Python plugin for USD View and learn how to use the USD View API. First, we'll create a new directory to hold our plugin. We can put this directory anywhere that our USD build will look for plugins, but it's a good idea to nest it in a directory that can hold other plugins in case we want to install more in the future. mkdir some path USD View plugins tutorial plugin. We now want to create a new plugin class for
Container.
our plugins modules init.py file. Okay. So this is what? Init.py file. Okay, plugin containers are just objects that know how to register new command plugins and add them to USD Views UI. This is done through two methods where a plugin container is loaded USD Views plugin system calls register plugins. Hmm. Yeah, bro, I think we can skip this as well
Mm-hmm.
because I don't see this mentioned in any of the.
Mm.
Yeah, we can just start the quiz. Fuck it. We have not seen that. What do you say? Content aggregation. Content aggregation and composition arcs, because I think that is something we got right on the exam. So, but I definitely wanna do like a revision over there
An
as well.
importer team finds that following the published conceptual data mapping would exactly would hurt performance, so they translate one concept differently. According to mapping best practices, what should they do? Keep the change private to avoid confusion, implement derivation, the document as it implies. Implementation may deviate from mapping, conform to the mapping and change since the published mapping is a strict and binding contract. Remove the affected section from the mapping so the conflict goes away.
B, I think B.
According to the mapping best practices, what should they do? Keep the change private and documented to avoid confusing contributors. Implement the deviation and document it as implementations may deviate from mapping. Confront the mapping change since I don't know about this.
Bro, it's very clearly B.
Okay. Implement the deviation and document it as implementation mapping. Why does the course recommend that the extract phase map a source format to USD as directly as possible instead of reorganizing the data right away?
Why does the course recommend that extract phase map a source format to USD as directly as possible?
It
Instead of
allows the
reorganizing the data right away, it allows importer to bypass composition when the stage is known. It places opinions on the session layer to speed up playback. Direct mapping yields noticeably smaller file. I think D, and makes round trips to the source easier.
it places opinion on the session layer. I don't know, direct mapping yields and noticeably. Yeah, D only. I think C. I don't know about C. Does it yields a smaller file on a disk? No. Yeah,
I
D.
don't think so.
We'll see.
All right. Which USD zip options inspect the contents of an existing package rather than create or alter one? Select all that apply. So it's definitely not check compliance. It can be list and it can be recurse. Two options, recurse and list. I guess.
D. Why not D?
Check compliance.
Yeah.
USD zip. Check compliance.
Yeah. Asset and tool. Yeah, I think I do remember that we can do
Oh
compliance
yeah,
check.
check compliance.
Yeah. And recurse or D for dump or asset. That rather than create or alter one, select all that apply. Package rather than create or alter one. I think A should be another answer like dump. I don't know, like I'm confused with that, but A should be an answer. Do you think recurse is much better?
Which USD zip options inspect the contents of an existing package rather than create or alter one? Which USD zip option inspects the contents of an existing package? Which USD zip option inspect the contents of an existing package rather than create or alter ones? I think it's gonna be D and E, list and check compliance and list.
Okay.
We can check later. In data exchange, what does performing a round trip of an asset mean?
B. Converting data out to another format and then back into the original format.
Round trip, yes. Re-exporting data twice, no. Flattening or composition arcs into a single delivered layer before export. OBJ stores one global vertex list with per face indices. OBJ stores one global vertex list per face indices while USD geom.mesh tracks. What? OBJ? I'm not able to focus, bro. What the fuck is going on?
OBJ stores one global vertex list with per face indices with the USD geom dot mesh.
One second, bro. This
What the fuck?
fucking.
Did you do undo?
Yeah, I was trying to undo this, but I don't know. It didn't undo this,
You
and
do
I don't know.
undo? Yeah, it's gonna take. Dude, I think you might have erased the options above as well to take a look.
No, that is fine. Data exchange. What does performing round trip asset mean? Converting the data out to. Why is this glitching so much today?
What is
Converting
it?
the data, the Mac and the
Oh,
preview app.
OBJ stores one global vertex list with per face indices with the USD geom.mesh track vertex per mesh, which pair of attributes must the exporter authors for the USD can reconstruct the
Pair
face
of
indices.
attributes must the exporter author so USD can reconstruct the faces.
Face vertices alone derived directly from global whole indices and corner indices, prim bashed together with space drawing and face vertex counts. And what do we want? List with per face
Oh, D,
indices.
I think.
Face vertex count per
Flattened
face. Per
face vertex
oh,
indices
yeah.
and face vertex counts.
D.
And I think it already has the points, right? OBJ stores one global vertex list with per face indices, while a USD geomesh tracks vertices per mesh, which pair of attributes must exporter author so USD can reconstruct the faces. Hmm. Select three options. Which characteristics describe the transform phase of a USD exporter? Which characteristics describe the transform phase of a USD exporter? Transform phase of a USD exporter. Which characteristics describe the transform phase? Optional
For you.
and frequently client facing. Transform, yes, can be client facing. Its code is necessarily unique to each individual source.
No.
It's yes, that is extract.
D.
It's,
D.
it must execute before any source data has been extracted into memory. It must be any source data has been extracted into memory. Its logic, such as mesh merging or hierarchy restructuring, can be reused across exporters. Its logic, such as mesh merging or hierarchy restructuring. Why D?
Its logic such as mesh merging or hierarchy can be used across exporters. That's why. Like it's a transform phase can be reused.
Its logic, such as mesh merging or hierarchy restructuring, can be reused across exporters. It can prune data that is irrelevant to the downstream consumer. So D, A, and D, but there is three options.
Okay, where is select it? It can prune data, that is E.
That is irrelevant to downstream consumer. Why do I not remember this shit?
Save and continue.
All 21 authors are running, no output yet.
Check your usage. Do slash usage once. See, 49% already used.
That is Opus, bro.
No, dude, that's current session. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I know, but I'm using Opus. I'm not using Fable.
I know, but I'm telling you that if you would have used Fable, then it
Mm-hmm.
would have burned through your current limit like this. That's what I'm saying. Like the
Mm-hmm.
session limits are different than your current week Fable limits.
Mm-hmm. Sub-agent heavy session. Okay. What is the purpose of extends hints authored by USD Geom model API on a model's root frame or runtime cache that stores models flattened mesh points to speed up stage loading? No. A mandatory per gprem bound that overrides each child's extent during composition. No. Transform hint that tells Hydra where to place the model's pivot point. A cache purpose aware model level bound that lets USD geom box cache skip descending the full scene graph. I think it's D.
Okay. What is the purpose of the extensions authored by? Oh yeah, that's a cache purpose about model. Okay, yeah, that's correct. That's
Purpose
correct.
aware model level bound that lets USD geom box cache skip descending the full scene graph. Hmm. A converter produces a stage that USD checker reports as missing three pieces. A converter produces a stage. A converter produces a stage that USD checker reports as missing three pieces of stage metadata. Which set does the checker flag as required? I think. Which set does the checker flag as required? I think it should be default prim up access and meters per unit.
Access converter checker reports are missing three pieces of stage metadata, which set does the checker flag as required. Yes, yes, that's correct.
Alright, which statement about a USDZ package are correct? Select all apply that apply. It permits in-place edits to constituents layers without unpacking the archive. It is read only once written, so changes require unpacking and repacking it. Its registers MIME type is model VND USD CZ plus zip. I think that is one. It may reference assets that live outside the package on disk. It applies deflate compression to reduce the size of bundle textures. I don't know, bro. I
Which
have no
state
fucking clue in
about
this.
.usb packages are correct. It is okay. And It permits and plays edits to constitute layers without unpacking the archive. It is read only once, so changes require unpacking and repackaging it. So B should be one of the answer definitely, and it may reference assets that live outside the package on disk. And D would be also an answer.
Uh,
Okay. D or E? It may reference. Yeah,
it,
D.
it is read only once written. Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. Like so, changes requires unpacking and repackaging it.
Okay.
I don't know about E. I think D would be a.
It may reference assets that live outside the package on disk. How
Yeah,
is that possible?
that's possible. That's where asset resolution gets in.
But if you
Asset
move,
resolution.
but if you move that zip in a different location, it won't be able to get the value of that asset. If
Yeah, yeah.
the
That's where asset resolver and asset resolution gets in. Like that's why you have to
but
define it.
what would asset resolver do if there's no data for that?
It may reference asset that live outside the package on disk. Like it's in the disk but outside the package, like the package, right? So so files might be placed somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. So it may reference, and that's the point where asset resolver will come in and resolve the assets accordingly.
I think this might be wrong. This question might be wrong for us, but all right. All right. A studio wants to publish a single file composed, but keep references and variants intact for downstream editing. Which USD CAD behaviors are relevant when choosing between a full flatten and a layer stack flatten? Select two options. Flatten layer stack resolves payloads while discarding all variant selections. Mm, Flatten layer stack flattens the layer stack but resolves. Okay. Mask must be supplied before either flatten option runs. Flatten resolves composition arcs into one fully flattened result. So I think D. And flatten
Want to
resolves all
publish a
composition
single
arcs into one
composed file
fully
but keep references and variants intact for downstream editing.
flatten preserves
Which
references
USD
while
CAD
printing
behaviors are
only
relevant
sub
when choosing
layers.
between full flatten and layer stack flatten. Flatten resolves all composition arcs into one flattened result. Okay, and we have two options to select. References while merging and flatten layer stack, flatten the layer stack but preserve references and variants. Flatten layer stack resolves payload while discarding all variant selection. I think B and D would be the answer.
Flatten layer stack flattens the layer stack but preserves references and yes, preserves references and variants. What does the extent attribute on USD geom boundable store? So the extent attribute stores the float 3 of 8 points giving the world's corners of an oriented bounding box A. Very easy.
What does the extend attribute on USD GM boundable store? Okay, you're saying that a float 3 of 8 points giving the world space corners of an oriented box. Why 8 points? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7? Oh, wait, it's gonna be D. Sorry, not 8. 2 points. Giving the local space axis aligning bounding box. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
A team integrates Alembic caches into USD pipeline, which statement reflects USD guidance about this format. Alembic is default USD layer format and opens faster than Crate. Alembic, what? A team integrates Alembic caches into USD pipeline where statement reflects USD guidance about this format. Alembic is the default USD layer format and opens faster than Crate. Alembic supersedes payloads by loading its geometry eagerly when the stage opens. Alembic is a secondary cache format prone to file descriptor contention that USD CAT can convert. Working with Alembic means reauthoring it by hand.
Statement reflects the USD guidance. Is the default USD layer format and open faster than create. Alembic supersedes the payload from loading into geometry eagerly when stage opens. Alembic is secondary cache format prone to file descriptor constraintion that USD CAT can convert. Working with Alembic means reauthoring it by hand since USD has no plugin as a secondary cache format prone to file descriptor constraintion. I think Alembic supersedes payload. No, is the default and open faster than I know. C would be is the secondary cache format prone to find a stricter constraint.
Alembic is a secondary cache format prone to. I don't know this. I don't know. And I don't think they're gonna ask questions about Alembic.
I don't know. Oh, give me a minute. I just need to see what the fuck is happening outside. Why are people shouting fucking loudly? Okay, I'm back. What the fuck is
Oh,
happening?
bruh.
What happened?
My limit got hit.
Told you. Told you. If you would have used Fable, then literally.
Hmm. Session limit. How was it done so quickly, bro? But where are the agent author content aggregation set be finished? Where are these? Author debugging set. Hmm. Let's continue. Oh, bro, by the way, I think we didn't finish this yesterday. Normals. Yeah, we were doing normals yesterday.
Normals.
This part. Face varying means for normals and all that shit. Because we were doing this, I think. No, not this. Let me. We were doing rendering, working with prim bears. This part.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Bro, for tomorrow, I'll definitely create a plan before the stream because today I was like not. I did not do anything today properly. I was just trying to finish that video and do some personal work.
What? Come again?
For tomorrow's stream, I'll definitely keep a plan to do something
Mm-hmm.
so that we are not guessing it on the stream.
Yeah.
Today, because today I did not get any time. I was doing
Okay.
some personal work, so
Good. A pipeline must interchange. Okay, we'll then just focus on this quiz,
yeah.
right? A pipeline must interchange materials between OpenUSD and another DCC and also provide a render agnostic fallback shader, which approach matches the common OpenUSD practice. Map material through MaterialX and author a renderment PXS service as a render agnostic shader. Map material through MaterialX and author USD preview surface as a render agnostic shader. Map material through MT connect and author USD preview surfaces. Ooh, MT connect. I think B or C. Map material through MaterialX and author a USD preview surface. That is gonna be the one, but I don't know what MT connect. I do recall there is something called MT connect.
Well, a pipeline must interchange material between OpenUSD and another DCC and also provide a render agnostic fallback shader, which approach matches common OpenUSD practice. Map materials through empty connect and author USD preview surfaces. Render agnostic. Map materials through material X and author USD preview surface. Render agnostic. Map materials through material X and author render
I
man
think either
PX.
B or C. So I will go with B.
Map materials. Map materials through URDF and author USD Lux Lite API as a render agnostic. Okay.
Which description best distinguishes a standalone converter from an importer or exporter? Where's the microservice? No, there is no. It converts in a single direction from a USD to out to another format. It runs inside DCC plugin. No, wait. Oh,
The
standalone
description best
converter.
distinguishes standalone converter from an importer or
C.
exporter and
C.
convert
C.
node file to file and can ship as a script executable as a microservice. As
It's
conceptual data mapping considered a living document, it should be updated as the source format of OpenUSD or the official implementation change. It is maintained by the rendering subsystem to track shader feature support as built by US. Each time, no, it is generated automatically. Each time, no, it should be updated as source format is maintained by rendering. So I think yeah.
yeah.
A
A
studio
studio
wants
wants
to
to
ship
ship
a
a
custom
custom
schema
that
that
can
can be updated without recompiling USD, and
use
that's
that. There's no C++ or Python classes with schema.user setting achieve codeless. True.
yes.
Yeah.
B.
B.
Following USD performance guidance, which choices help a large production stage open quickly and use less memory. Select three use payloads so heavy on send load until needed. Rename USD file. USDF files to USDC. Again, creates and keep small interface files that mostly reference each other. Mhm. Store layers that contain many depths or others. Rename USD, keep small interface files. Text BCD.
USG payload, yes. A conceptual data mapping serves several functions for a translation effort. Which of the following are functions it is intended to fulfill. A conceptual data mapping document serves several functions for a translation effort. Which of the following are functions it is intended to fulfill? Uh, Automatically generate the importer and exporter source code from the specification, quantify the degree of feature support between OpenUSD and the file format. Yeah, enable community disclosure and quantify the degree of,
DD.
yeah.
The data exchange course frames conversion of an ETL
Mhm.
process. What is the primary goal of the extract phase when mapping a source format to USD? Map source USD as directly as possible to preserve fidelity. Apply the user selected export option. A USD attribute is named myData foobar using the USD property namespacing API. What do get base name and get namespace return? Get base name will return
My data.
myData and
Namespace will return
foo
foo bar or foo bar. Yeah, foo bar.
myData and foobar
Bar is a property as well.
myData foo. Shit, I forgot this. We have done this.
Yeah, I know.
Uh, did I write this? Anyway. Namespace, baby. I think it's just foo. Get base name returns my
C out.
data
Okay.
and get namespace
C
returns
or B.
bool.
Base name should be my data, I would say, and get namespace should be foo bar. I would go with B. Do you want to go with something else? Because
I
I
don't
think.
remember this, bro. Like I have no
Uh,
idea. Like I know what the concept is, but I am blank on if it was before the colon or
mm-hmm.
fucking. Oh my god, bro. Why did I forget this? Get base name returns my data and get name. One second. Get namespace returns. Namespace was supposed to be the everything before the colon. So my data foo and base name is bar. I'm gonna go with D, I think.
Okay. Yeah, we will find out later.
Okay, why are payloads described as deferred references in USD performance discussions? They convert text layers to create automatically their def2 layers. They force all reference content to load equally to they set the later stage open without loading reference content until it is requested. D. I think it's gonna be D. Which two
Which two
statements
statements
correctly
correctly
distinguishes per G prim extent from the model level extent hint?
get to?
Per authored on each G prim.
B should be one answer and
Extend
extent
store
and
sequential pairs are ordered by purpose. Extend stores one min slash max. Bro, extent also stores only one min and max. What are you saying? Sequential pairs are ordered by purpose.
No, but extend stores 1 min and max. Extend hence stores 1 min and max. I know for sure. That's what I recall.
Yeah,
Right?
but extent also stores one min and one max.
Okay.
Extent is expressed in
Another
words
would be D.
by
Another would be D.
one thing. Extent is expressed in world space, while extent hint is expressed in local space. Extent is mandatory on your optional cache. Yes, this is correct. Extent hint is purpose of purpose of an extent carries no purpose dimension. Extent is authored by USD Geom model API, while extent hint is authored on each G prim. Geom model API, USD Geom model API, USD Geom model API. Is it A?
I don't think so. A is an answer. Like A would be the correct answer.
Hmm. USD Geom model API get extension. Well, extended is popular. Extend carries no purpose dimension. Purpose aware? I don't know, bro. Like, it can be B, I think.
Yeah, that's what
If
I went with first.
But
But let's.
but it's only because extent is expressed in words with none of those other options make any sense. That's why I'm going with B. But I don't know. It's okay. A studio wants a source file to remain the single source of truth while still appearing inside a USD stage that can be sublaid or referenced. You wait. A studio wants the source file to remain the single source of truth while still appearing inside USD stage that can be sublaid or referenced. A file format, which implementation type fits best a file format plugin? Easy peasy. You wanna answer this or what?
I'm still thinking. A studio wants a source file to remain so also while appearing inside a usage that can be sublet or reference. Yes, it's gonna be a file format plugin. That definitely. I did read it today.
Which
And that
environment? Yeah.
which environment variable changes the default layer format used for newly created .usd files.
Environment variable changes the default layer format for newly created USD default file format.
Default file format. Yes, I think A.
An artist rename, but this can be anything, right? This environment variable can be anything. I think it's just because
No,
Claude
no,
just
no, no. It cannot be anything. It cannot be anything. Like in
bro, environment variable.
no,
Everybody
but
can
the
set an
environment
environment
variable
variable.
for the system. They do it for the environment variable for the system, right? In C++ and Python, we don't know what is the environment variable that they have set inside them. Like it's like an env file that or a variable that is sparsely spread across everywhere
Mm-mm.
in the code base. So whenever you
Hmm.
compile or whenever you use USD CAT to give an output, it's gonna have a file format, and then at that point, what is the default file format you will have?
Mm-hmm.
An artist renames model.usdc to model.usd using only the file system without running any conversion tool. What is the result? An artist renames the model.usd to, okay, what is the result? USDC to USD. The USD refuses to open because extension is ambiguous.
An artist renames model.usdc to your model.usd using only the file system without running any conversion tool. What is the result? The bytes are unchanged. USD still no. What?
I would go with B.
The bytes are unchanged and the USD still opens as you create binary. Yeah, I know that, but uh, it's how would you open a binary file,
Clicking on it.
bro? Are you stupid in your head or something?
Dude, that's how you open the binary file. When you try to open it, it's not gonna open it. If it opens, then you will have like some kind of ASCII text or something like that. And
That's
it's
what
not
I
talking
meant.
about or opening the file at any point. It's talking about what is the result.
Mm, okay.
Which statement accurately describes .usdc binary format related to USDA. It is identified as create to it by its file extension rather than its content. A. It is human readable. No. It supports random access. No. It uses substantially less memory. D.
Less memory.
Yeah, bro. Always create binary file will always use less memory than A.
It is faster, I know that, but we have never
But no,
seen
no, it will also
anything.
use less memory.
It is typically larger on disk than equivalent text file. Hmm. I know it's faster, but we have never seen anywhere written that it has less memory than USDA or anything like that.
But it will be less memory for sure. According to USD performance guidance, in which situation is keeping a layer as USDA text as a reasonable choice. A file rewritten by automated tools, file with just a few small defs, larger layers since text generally open a small top layer interface that mostly references a layer heavily given by holding thousands of D and B and D I would say.
Right, according to USD performance guidance, in which situation is keeping a layer as USD text reasonable, a file frequently rewritten by automated tools. It's just a few small defs. Readability matters. A larger file layer since text generally opens faster than create. Larger layer since text generally opens faster than create. A larger layer since text generally opens faster than create. A small top level
Interface file.
interface file that mostly references. Yes, I think D is one. A heavy
And
geometry cache holding. Yeah, B and D.
how does USD Geo model API extension encode bounds for a model that spans multiple purpose? Oh, this is, I don't know, a single min max that merges all of the purpose into one bound, a sequential min max pair ordered by purpose, default render or. proxy, then guide as a dictionary that maps every purpose open to a bounding prim radius value as one GF vector pair per child prim index by each G prim path as a dictionary that maps every purpose token to a bounding sphere radius value as a sequential min-max GF vector 3F pairs ordered by purpose. Mm. Oh, wait. Okay, the question is encodes bound for a model that spans multiple purpose. Okay, so as a sequential min-max pair ordered by purpose, default, render, proxy, and then guide. As a dictionary that maps every purpose token for a bounding sphere value. Or as a single min-max that merges all, I think. C, as a dictionary that maps every purpose token to a bounding sphere radius value. I would go with C.
How does USD Geo Model API extend hint encode bounds for a model that spans multiple purposes? Xform asset prepend okay as a single min-max encodes bounds for a model that spans multiple purposes. What does the question mean, first of all? Spans multiple purposes, what does that mean?
Purposes of the prem, like purposes of how the XFOM will render. That's what it is talking about over here.
Purpose can be render, proxy, default, or guide.
Hmm.
So how do you know that? Okay. So the options are as a single min-max GF vec 3F pair that merges all of the purpose into one bound. No, as a sequential min-max GF vec 3F pairs orders by purpose default render as a dictionary that maps every purpose token. You're saying C as a dictionary that maps every purpose token to a bounding sphere radius value, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with D. 1 GF vec 3F pair child prim indexed by.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go
oh,
with C.
sorry, not. Wait. Your seed, and I will.
A.
A.
Okay.
Because I think it will have only one bound for
Mhm.
all the purposes.
Okay.
Because the purpose, like the purpose is just the quality of the render. So
Yes.
I think the bounding box should be single. So single min max GF vec 3F pair that merges all of the purpose into one bound.
Okay.
I don't know why it's saying merges. It will not merge it.
So what if it merges? Then what is the priority it will give? That is really confusing over here. And
Bro,
I
first of all,
remember
it will not
I
even
remember that
merge.
there was something related to this when we were doing our stream, and in
What?
that there was similar kind of a question or something that did talk about purpose and extendants and how they're mapped, and they're mapped by indexes or indices. So the
Hmm.
first element in element extendants would map directly to whatever the purpose token is implemented. So that's why a dictionary that maps every purpose token to a bounding sphere radius value. And over here, the extent hint has all those values that exist in an array. So I'm just assuming that default, render, proxy, and then guide are mapped equally to all of them, or depending upon how they are assigned.
Mm-hmm. I'll still go with A.
Okay.
How many questions do you want to do? It's 126. So till 2, or do you want to save some
Yeah,
time to
we can just complete this. Complete this. Like that's my goal. That's it. We can just
when do you
literally do
want to
some
check the answers then?
after. Okay, yeah. Let's do how many we have left. 30
30.
more. How long do you think it will take for us?
If we do it fast, we can complete it by 145.
Okay, yeah, then let's do it, and then we can check the answers accordingly.
Yeah, let's do however many we can do by 145 and then we can check.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
While drafting conceptual data mapping, a team finds the source format feature that has no equivalent in OpenUSD's existing schemes. How is the mapping document meant to help here? It recalls the gap, which can justify proposing a new USD schema. Yes, A. In
Mm,
NVIDIA's taxonomy of data exchange implementations, where description correctly categorizes an exporter, it converts an application's runtime data into OpenUSD. It lets USD stage reference source files. That file stays the source of truth. It lets USD stage reference a source file. It performs a
okay.
file-to-file conversion packaged as standalone. It converts OpenUSD into an application's runtime data format, lets USD stage reference a source. Which description correctly characterizes an exporter? Yes, I think it's gonna be A.
Oh yeah, runtime data into OpenUSD. Yes.
Then what
Oh
does
no
transform
no
do?
no 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 wait. Runtime format, and then importer brings OpenUSD, and then no, yeah, that's correct, yeah, that's correct. A. Because for importer it converts OpenUSD into applications runtime data format. So yeah, that's
What,
correct.
what, what, what?
So for
Importer,
importer,
yeah.
it converts like the last option that we have over there, D. It does that. It converts OpenUSD into an application's runtime data format. So that's why exporter will be it converts application runtime data into OpenUSD, and that's correct.
Importer and exporter, okay. A build tool
Packages,
packages
asset.
an asset programmatically in Python, which USD utils function fills the blank to copy a root layer and its dependencies into .usdz.
Complete
Uh,
all dependencies, and what are
what a
other
build
options?
tool packages an asset programmatically in Python, which USD utils function fills the blank to copy the root layer and its dependencies into a new USDZ. So extract, you create new USDZ package. I think D. Extract USDZ package. Create new. I think it's gonna be D.
Okay. Or compute all dependencies. I don't know. Yeah, let's go with the I don't know. I'm confused what you mean.
You're
Move on.
remediating a stage that USD checker flagged for missing up access and meters per unit, which two API calls authored those two stage metadata. Stage dot set default prim no. Stage dot no. Edit target. Stage dot edit targets.
Edit
One is
target.
E
Wait. You are remediating a
and
state.
meters per unit is C. Bro, it's easy.
Yeah.
NVIDIA publishes a real conceptual data mapping examples as guidance for pipeline authors. Which of the following is one of those? Bro, how are we supposed to know that? CSV, URDF, PNG, JSON. I think it's URDF.
Yeah.
But I am sure we are not gonna get a question like this.
Hmm.
How robot description data maps to OpenUSD. For a property whose full name is foobar baz, which statement of our USD property namespacing are correct? API get namespace returns foobar with no trailing delimiter. Select three options. Okay. A get base name returns foobar. Three options. Damn. Get name split name. Get namespace delimiter returns slash as a separator character. I don't know this, bro. Now the options. Get base name returns. Bro, why the fuck did I forget this shit?
Get
How
a
did I?
property whose get the property whose full name is foo bar baz and which statement about USD property namespace and API are correct. That namespace return foo bar with no trailing delimiter. Get a split name return list. Foo bar baz get name returns foo bar base name returns foo and D.
Three options.
Yeah, bro. D and
Bro, how can if get namespace returns foo bar, then how
the
can base
base
name
name.
return foo?
Foo. Okay. Why and why can't get base name would be foo, bro? If you're telling get namespace is a foo bar,
What are the other answers?
I think C and as the separator character names the delimiter returns and B. I don't know. Like you can just mark this up, but B C D and just mark this up so that
A client needs to stash some ad hoc application specific data on a prim that has no schema defines which kind of attribute fits and how is it masked. Marked a custom attribute, obviously. Set custom is equal as true and detectable with is custom. Yes. Data exchange OBJ files have no scene root or default prim. So the exported stage cannot be referenced by another stage which approach correctly establishes a referenceable route.
OBJ file have no scene or default prem. So the exported stage cannot be referenced by another stage, which approach correctly establishes a referenceable route. OBJ file have no scene root or default prem, so the exporter stage cannot be referenced by another stage, which approach correctly establishes a referenceable route. Create a world X form, make it default, and then reparent the existing frame below it.
Wait, what the fuck is it trying to? OBJ file has no scene root or default prim. Has no
For
scene root
reason.
or for, okay, so the exported stage cannot be referenced by another stage, which approach correctly establishes a referenceable route, create an X form called world, and mark it as default from a reparent existing. Yes, yes. First statement correctly contact USD stage drivers with USD stage drivers all. Select all that apply, which statements correctly contrast traverse with USD stage traversal. Both methods identically omit the pseudo root, and all abstract prims. No.
And
Traversal includes
D,
inactive prims that traverse skips.
C and D. And what is the other one?
Setting prim is active equal to false removes it, and it descendants from traverse but not from traverse all.
And B, B, C,
B
C.
would be one answer.
Mhm.
Traverse applies USD prim default predicate. Applies USD prim default predicate while traversal applies no predicate. Traverse yields prim in breadth first order, traverse all in depth first. BC what? You said D.
Yeah.
Why not E?
Dude, both of them do in DFS only. There's no point, no point where there is a BFS algorithm that is running.
Hmm.
OpenUSD has no native struct or record type. What is the recommended convention for grouping several related fields of compound data on a single frame? What the fuck? Author names is prefix attribute sharing a prefix joined by delimiter A.
What? O- OpenUSD has no native struct or record type. What is recommended convention for grouping several related fields of compound data on a single prim? What does the question mean? What is recommended convention for grouping several related fields of a compound data on a single prim? Author namespace prefix attribute sharing prefix joined by delimiter. Author one relationship per field. Author one relationship. Yeah, I think the most appropriate looking answer is A, but I don't know why it is A.
Dude, because that's how you group things in OpenUSD. Foo bar, my data, those are those things. And when you do not have any struct, or if you are getting a struct, that's how you remember Acme, sensor, humidity.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is saying over here.
an OBJ exporter authors a USD preview surface material with statement about correct authoring code are true. An OBJ exporter authors a USD preview surface material. Authors a USD preview surface material with statement about correct authoring code are true. The surface output is wired via connect to source shader connectable API. USD shade token dot surface. Yes, A is correct. Yeah, the shader ID should instead be used in Primavera reader float to emit surface. A child USD
Yeah.
shade
Why not
shader.
D?
I am getting to it, bro. 1 second.
A child user should identifies
Sets identity with create ID attribute. A child USD shade dot shader sets identity with create ID attribute. USD preview surface. Color inputs must be authored as GF Vec 3D because typed as
D is
DF
incorrect.
value.
Uh,
Yeah, D.
D is incorrect, dude. How can you do vector 3D value type on
Oh,
color
sorry,
attribute?
Vec, my bad. Set GF Vec 3. Wait, it is doing it over here, bro.
It's 3F, not 3D.
Oh, 3F, my bad. Okay. Binding is applied through USD shade dot material binding SE.
C.
And child shade shader identity and shader ID should be should instead be USD Primavera reader float 3 to emit a surface. That is correct. Yes,
Yeah. And why not C? Do you think C is not?
because only three options are correct.
Okay.
Which statement about USD file format plugin is correct?
It
Um,
copies the.
which statement about the USD file format plugin? It copies the source data from root layer. It requires the source file to be utilized stage reference payload. The works with USD cat. Source format directly works.
Yeah.
So yes, see.
Let's just stay. Wait. Let's just say. Oh, yes. My bad. Yeah. Let's see.
A pipeline deactivates a prim by authoring and over with an active is equal to false in the session layer. Which outcomes are correct? Select all that apply.
The prim still appears without
The
user stage or traverse
no.
or.
How many options do we select? Three. Okay.
No.
The deactivation cannot come from session layer and must be authored in the root
No.
layer. No, the over layers are deactivation opinion without redefining them. And over layers, the
USD preview itself is dropped from the same.
deactivation opinion without redefining the only prim itself is dropped.
CDNE.
CDNE, yeah, because first two are wrong. Prim and all of its descendants are excluded. Yes. Wait.
No, no, no. C and E, not D. C and E.
Yeah. D is not a correct. Deactivation cannot come from session
And
layer.
A.
Must be the
A
princess
as well.
appears when
A as
iterating
well.
stage traversal. Yes. A. When traversing a stage manually, how do USD frame dot get children and get filtered children predicate differ?
With the full subtree. Children returns the child name as child strings and get filtered USD per object. Get children includes an active children while get filtered children uses a predicate to return. Get children uses active define loaded non-abstract children while I think C or D. So get children includes active children, while get filtered children uses a predicate to return active children. Get children includes active children, while get filtered children uses a predicate to return active children. What the fuck? Get
I don't
children.
remember what the fuck this predicate shit means.
Bitwise operator. Remember, brother, bitwise operator.
So
You
how
remember?
does that? How does that?
So predicate puts a filter. Predicate is a filter that, let's say you want to only look at active children. Let's say you want to only look at non-active children, right? So get filtered children and you put that predicate as get active children only as a boolean value,
Okay,
right?
when traversing a stage manually, how do USD prim dot get children and get filtered children predicate differ? Get children returns immediate children while get filtered children recurses through the full subtree. Get children returns child names as strings while get filtered children returns USD prim objects. Get children includes inactive children while get filtered children uses a predicate. I don't know this one. I'll mark this, bro.
Okay. Oh no, so I will tell you. For me, the answer would be. Oh wait, E predicate to return active children uses a predicate to return. D. D. It would be D. Why is USD the standard package format for AR and interchange delivery? It encodes, it strips composition consumer, it bundles USD scene detection into one processor container compresses. I think C.
It compresses textures aggressively to minimize download size. Why is not D?
Yeah, D could be an answer as well, but it bundles USD scene and its texture into one portable and self-contained unit. That makes much more sense for me. But yeah, D could also be an answer.
Bundles the USD scene and its textures.
But I think package forward for AR and interchange delivery. They're focusing more on delivery, so that's why I will go with the bundles.
Mm. Why must layer declare a default prim before another stage can reference it without naming a target prim? A default prim tells Hydra which prim to use as scene's render camera. Without default prim, the layer cannot be saved in binary. Create default prim requires to compute the package checksum and it names the root prim, the reference compose when no target prim. It names the root prim, the reference
Why
composes.
must a
It
layer
names
declare
the
default
root
prim
prim.
before on the stage can default prim tells us how to use A.
The default prim tells Hydra which prim to use as the scene's render camera.
It names the root prims. The references compose when no target prim. It names the root prim. It names the root prim. The reference composes. Dude, I don't know. Like D could also be an answer, but the D option is kind of like shady. It names the root prim. The reference composes when no target prim is given. And why must a layer declare a default prim before another stage can reference it without naming a target prim? Oh yeah, yeah, it's gonna be D. It's gonna be D. Yeah, it's gonna be D. Yeah, it's gonna be D.
It names the root prim, the reference composes.
when no target prim is given.
Yeah.
All
Alright,
right,
you
yeah,
wanna
let's
check
do
it?
yeah, let's check it. Can you open the
What?
the answers like side by side so that we can skim through them quickly?
No, I cannot actually.
You can open it in Chrome.
Mm,
Just drag and drop it into Chrome. Or yeah, you can use open with. No, you just drag and drop it into Chrome once. You just drag and drop it into Chrome. Yes. There we go.
let's check it from down below.
Yeah. Fuck, my RAM is almost over. What are the answers? 54th
B is
is
correct. 54th is correct.
54th is correct. Nice.
53
53.
is correct.
Nice.
It
52.
bundles, yes. Answer is D, yes.
Yes.
Get children yields active, defined, loaded, and non-abstract children, while get filtered children honors a caller supplier filter. What is this exactly? State traversal.
Predicate. That's predicate. Caller supplied filter. That's the predicate.
I'm trying to see where is it written. Mm, oh, here it is. All methods mentioned above that contain filtered in their name plus USD prim range allows one to specify a predicate consisting of a Boolean combination of flags that test against certain all cache for fast access states of prim. Some examples are whether prim is defined or active or loaded, etc. For a full list of the possible prim flags and examples of how they can be logically combined, see prim predicate flags. The remaining methods get children all use predefined default predicate that serves common traversal pattern. But what the fuck does that even mean? Whatever. Okay, so 51 is
51.
ACE is correct.
Mm-hmm.
50 is C is
C.
correct. 49th is ABE, that is wrong.
Incorrect. C. Yeah, dude. I was telling you that it might be C, but fine.
The shader ID should instead be USD Primavera Reader Float 3 to emit a surface. Bro, you didn't tell me. I was telling you that it could be C.
Okay, it's fine. We will take a look at it tomorrow. What are other options? Oh wait, did we did 40? Yeah, 49th is 48th is correct.
48 author namespace. For yeah, I didn't know this though.
Yeah. You didn't know this?
I didn't know this. You answered it.
Oh,
47th is BCD is correct.
yeah.
Setting frame active equal to false. Yes. Traverse applies USD default predicate. While traverse all applies no predicate. Oh, okay. 46th is A correct.
Yes.
45 is A, correct? A custom attribute, yes. Yes,
43.
now this is ABC.
Oh,
Brother, I was fucking telling you it is gonna be A. I was telling you, bro. Look at this shit. I did A.
What's the answer? ABC and get base name returns foo as a property base name. Yeah, bro, I already told you that we might get it wrong. That's why we marked it. ABC. Get name foo bar. Right.
Wait, bro. Let me also note it down real quick.
Wait.
Get namespace and get base name. Returns foo as the property base name. Get name, return the full name. So what is the answer? A, B,
ABC.
and C. For
So
foo
get
bar,
base
get
name
name,
foo bar
returns full.
return.
Get name, okay, and get name returns the full.
Mm-hmm.
Returns the full foo bar bars. Get namespace returns foo bar. Bars. And get base name with no trailing delimiter and split name returns foo bar bars. Yes. The last component bars. Yes. I told you, brother.
And the get base name returns the last component back.
Split name. Foo bar bars. Alright. 43 is B, that is correct. 42 is C and E, that is correct.
49th is correct, I guess.
41 is D, that is correct. Create new USDZ package.
Hmm.
Okay, 40 is
A.
A, that is correct. It converts application runtime data into OpenUSD. Importer, exporter. Converts application runtime. Okay. 39th answer is A, that is correct. It records the gap which can justify,
Oh, we
yes.
both are incorrect. 38th is B. The sequential min max pair ordered by purpose.
Bruh.
I don't know about this anyways. I think we can take a look at this tomorrow. We can just mark this up for
Wait,
tomorrow.
what is the answer? 38B.
Yeah.
What did the extend hint store sequential?
Min max
Extend hint
pairs.
store sequential? The
Pairs.
fuck?
Min max pairs. No, it's gonna tell you the same thing. That is in the option.
Default. It is not single merged pair. It is not index per prim. Mm,
Hmm.
Where is it? USD Geom. Where is it mentioned? But don't tell me it's in draw mode, bro.
Search it
No,
up.
no, it's not. Shabash.
30. Seventh is BND.
Nothing. It's not saying anything.
Click on the link that you have over there. It doesn't
Bro,
look like.
that is the link I am on. Brother, look at this.
Search min max. Search min max. Min slash max. Min max.
No.
Search min. Yeah. Do enter.
Where is
What
it?
the fuck? Do enter.
It's not showing me. Where is it?
Oh, what the fuck?
What? Saying that this is for ChatGPT, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Alright, 37th was BND, correct. I'm going to use reasonable choice, yes. 36th was A and D, I guess. No, 37. Oh no, 36th is C and D. That is wrong.
That's the thing. So it is identified as a create by file extension rather than its contents. Ooh.
Which statement accurately describes the .usdc file?
What?
Bruh. It, it is identified as create by its extension file rather than its contents. It
Why?
supports random access to file contents.
Oh, create content can also live inside a .usd file because it is detected from content rather than from the extension. Oh, I see. It supports random access to file contents. I don't know about that it supports random access to file content. Oh, keeping memory substantially lower while staying holds. So D is correct, but C was B. A was not.
Alright,
30
35 was
is
correct. The
B.
bytes are unchained and USD still open, thus create binary. I think I was a little hesitant about this one. I just renamed model.usdc to model.usd. Oh yes, yes, bytes are unchained and USD still open, that as create binary. What is 34 is A, that is correct. USD default file format. So environment variable changes the default layer. 33 is B, that is correct. A file format plugin, we already knew this. 32 is D and E, incorrect.
Extent shows, yeah, sequential pair order by purpose and one min max. And the extent is mandatory on a boundable G prim, while extended is optional cache. Extended is purpose aware.
Extend stores sequential pairs ordered by purpose, while extend stores one min max. D extend is mandatory boundable. Extend is purpose aware, while extend carries no purpose dimension. Damn. Why are
30,
payload described deferred? What is 31 is D.
they let us save it
Yes.
without loading the
This was an
reference.
easy one. Okay, 30 is D. I told you, bro. I told you.
Oh yeah, get base name, returns, bar, and get names with return
Told
value.
ya.
Okay, now I know.
Mm-hmm.
29th,
A. Correct.
map the source to USD as directly as possible to preserve fidelity.
Extract.
28, EDE, and that's also correct on strike.
28. Quantify the degree of future support between OpenUSD and other format. Identify mapping gaps. Yes. Use payloads. So what is this? BCD is correct. 27th.
26th is B. Yes. 25th is A. That's also correct. 24th
24
is B.
is which description best distinguishes standalone converter? 24th is
Microphone.
C. Yes. 23rd
23rd.
is B. Correct. Oh, this I didn't know.
I also didn't know. That was a fluke. Complete fluke. Because I would know like B or C. So map materials to material X or empty connect. I knew PSG previous surface would be the fallback, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Why is it
What?
why is it B? Where is the answer? 23. Material
Material.
commonly interchanged through material X and USD preview surface is the render agnostic preview shader that gives a consistent fallback across renderers. PXR surface is the render specific rather than render agnostic. Empty connect describes the manufacturing data in the URDF. Robot kinematics, so neither carry surface materials. So pipeline must interchange materials between OpenUSD and another DCC, and also provides a render agnostic fallback shader which approach 22 is C. That is correct. I didn't know this either. Alembic is a secondary cache format prone to file descriptor contention. 21 is D. That is correct.
Note of exactly 2 points given. Okay.
And 20 is B and D. That is correct.
And,
Flatten layer
yes,
stack.
I just read it today, like just
Mm-hmm.
before our study. The flattened results all composition are going to one flattened unit and flattened results, but preserves references and variants.
Flatten layer stack.
This is given in our guide,
What guide?
that exam guide, bro.
Flatten layer stack. Flattens the layer stack but preserves. References and variants. Flatten resolves all composition arcs into one fully flattened result. Hmm. Into one fully flattened result. Alright, so this was correct E as well. Question 19 was BCD, that is correct. It is read only. MIME type may reference assets that live outside the package on disk. Okay.
18th is
C, that is correct.
S.
17th is D, correct.
16th is
A, D, E, correct.
Ooh.
Which characteristics transforms phase from USD exported is optional, frequently client facing. It is logic, mesh merging, hierarchy. Exported can prune data that is irrelevant downstream consumers. So transform code is reusable, right?
Yeah. So are we correct on 16th as well? ADE, yes.
Yeah. Okay. 16th is ADE, 15th is D, that is correct. 14th
14th is,
is B, that is correct.
13th
Connoting data.
is incorrect.
A and E. I was telling you, bro, it was not check compliance.
It was not recurse as well, brother. It was not
But
recurse.
it was not check compliance as well.
Yes, brother. So even out.
It was A, dump.
Yeah.
A and E.
12th is D. Is 12th D? Is 12th D? And
Yes.
yes, it keeps debugging
Doing
simpler
simpler
and
makes
more
round trip
accurate.
easier.
Yes.
An importer team finds that following the published conceptual data mapping exactly would hurt performance, so they translate one concept differently according to mapping best practices.
This is on you, bro. I don't know what this. You said it's gonna be B, so it's gonna be that one.
What is 11th is B.
Oh
Yes.
my god.
Implement the deviation and document it. Yes. I knew this.
10th is B. Wait, why do we have
No, we
the
did. Bro, these were the older ones. We had already marked them. We are done,
so
bro.
why? Oh, we are done. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We
Nice.
started from 11th.
Oh, nice, nice.
I think we only had like a couple of questions wrong. Like this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Like these were like I think so some of them were completely blank.
hmm
Mhm.
I didn't know these two. Like these two were
Yeah, I couldn't
flukes.
know those two.
This was correct for me.
Mm,
And then three,
correct.
4.
Yes.
It supports random access to files contents. What was 36th answer again? C and D. Supports random access to files contents. It uses substantially less memory. Okay. And then this one. As sequential min-max vec3f pairs ordered by purpose, default, render, proxy, then guide.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right. And this one was wrong. I should have just listened to myself for this one.
Hmm.
Fuck y'all. Was 49th correct? ACE, no, it was not correct. Alright, bro, I'll end the stream then.
All right.
We can continue tomorrow.
All right. Yeah,
I'll plan
we're
out
gonna complete
the,
the plan, right?
yeah, and
Yeah,
we're
and I
gonna
want to look
plan
into
out.
your quiz generation, and then it might take one or two more sessions.
Yeah. What, the quiz generation?
Yeah.
I think it will be completed in the next run. I think it has already composed composition 100 PDF.
Because I was doing the same, and then I hit my limits as well. So I was like, okay, yeah, let me stop.
Mhm.
All right. Is the stream ended?
No, wait.